everyone, Pioneer and Apple here with another One Piece LEGO set, number 75638, Battle at Arlong Park. Last time we had Buggy's Circus, and while a decent set, I felt bad about it since 3/4 of the figures were available elsewhere. But not only are there a lot of builds this time around to justify the pricing, almost every minifig is exclusive here. And what better segue than to now look into the minifigs. As usual, the Monkey D. Luffy figure is a good resemblance with his usual hair and leg pieces, but here we do get a different face to usual, this one only shared in the Baratier set, and exclusively we get a stretched arms torso. Now this piece was almost made for the character, I think it works really well and would be fun to play with. But I do have a personal nitpick, as that while he does use stretchy arm moves while fighting Arlong, to destroy Arlong Park, as the play feature shows, he stretched his leg. So where's that piece? Yes, like I said, it was a nitpick. It's not like LEGO hasn't been inaccurate before.
And you'll never see me coming.
But overall, even if mostly non-exclusive, still a good minifigure. Next up we have a pretty good minifigure in Nami. Finally a Nami variant. Now she has the same hat carrier Luffy has in the Buggy Circus set, but the head with her sad and happy faces is new, and her torso is a great variant, using her Arlong Park outfit, and even having a bandage on her arm, meaning it's canon to LEGO that she took a knife and stabbed herself a bunch. Either way, love the detail in which we had more Nami variants, maybe in the second wave. Next is Usopp. He has the same face as in the Going Merry set, but some really nice variants. An almost Hawaiian shirt torso with neat dual molded arms, and while he's got the same hair hat combo pieces before, it's in a different colour to match the new aesthetic, and I think he looks really good, especially paired with the satchel and slingshot. And the set does well to include him with the side builds along with our next figure. Chu isn't my favourite character, I don't care much, but he is detailed well, one of his arms having nice printing, and a second face displaying him shooting his spit projectiles. He also has an interesting hairpiece as it has one of those mini doll holes we saw in the Wednesday set we did, meaning he might be able to wear the black cat accessories from that set. Finally, we have Arlong. He looks pretty good, although much like Usopp, the nose isn't exactly communicated perfectly, but I do think his facial expressions are fairly well done. We have some more arm printing, a lot of that in this set, and much like Buggy's hair and hat combo, using that more flexible plastic. And adding to its uniqueness is a shark fin poking out. I'm a little annoyed he doesn't come with his sword, but even with my whining, this is still a pretty good minifig. First up, we have a nice little forest display in the build, doing well to recreate one of the moments from the show, the fight between Chu and Usopp, where you can imagine the bliss of Usopp's demise, the fallen log, and similar tree looking really nice. And I like the detail of the sauce bottle Usopp used to fake his death being included. What a violent set this is, along with the clear signs of slavery later on. Next is a little beachside resort looking seating, a table and chair under an umbrella all looking nice, but my favourite part is a little Den Den Mushi. I love it! It was a bit of a generic build, but then you add that snail and I fall in love. Next, we have a really nice looking shooting gallery paired with a stud shooter cannon that can be used to play the minigame. I think it's really neat. I don't usually like stud shooters because let's face it, it's the easiest way to lose studs. But though it's quite simple, I like the effect that was put into making a smaller yet playable build separate from the main building. Lastly, before the bigger build, is the Shark Attack hut, and it looks cool, but what the fuck is it? I don't really get what it's for. I think in the show it was Arlong's throne, so while the other side builds make sense, one for play, one recreating a scene, and one to fit the aesthetic of Arlong Park, this one fits in design-wise, but it looks like another arcade game, and I just don't really get the point. Now we come to the main build of the set, Arlong Park. I guess I never really thought about what Arlong Park is, the area or the building? So the build comes with a very neat play feature where flipping and then pressing on the top topples the building. But moving the set around to place it on the shelf or look at it to analyze, it has fallen apart accidentally once or twice, so it's a little too effective. But I do think it's clever, the falling blocks are fantastically detailed. In fact, it became a little tedious to add the different tiles by the end, but the main ground floor of the build, while not to scale, does look very good. The falling walls are made cleverly, the outer facade has nice detail, but the inside is where the best details are. We get a table in the middle with multiple containers holding almost candle-like pieces that work really well as foam maps. And of course, with a bad French accent, the piece de resistance, Nami's chains showing her child slavery.
Oh, that's dark.
Oh no!
So for this main building, the detail is great, and while touchy, the build is fun. Although they did make one mistake that is very understandable, is that the map room was actually on a higher floor in Arlong Park. But to be fair, in the show until the building starts crumbling, I also thought that it was on the ground level. So in summary, we have great variants of minifigures. The side builds aren't all perfect, but are either fun or interesting, although the shark attack will haunt my dreams forevermore. When it comes to the main build, I love the detail and the play feature, while a little touchy, stays stable as a display piece. And while it does feel like I might do some damage, it is admittedly fun to destroy. So considering I got this on special due to a damaged box, I think this was a really good buy, and at retail, a good choice if variants and minifigures is what you want. Thank you everyone for watching my review of the Arlong Park LEGO set. Please like the video if you liked it, comment down below if you wish. Consider subscribing to the channel, and if you do, ring the notification bell so you're told every single time that I make an upload. Once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next review. Bye!
Toast. A little piece of toast. Because there's so much to choose from. There's brown bread, white bread, all sorts of wholemeal bread. It comes in funny packages with writing on the side.